Good morning.
Good morning.
We have Trevor in for Heather on this Friday. And
I'm back.
Mr. Santa Claus or something. That was almost
I've
a
been
ho,
practicing
ho, ho.
my evil villain laugh for no reason in particular.
I'm sorry. I thought that was your Santa Claus impression.
It's a little too early for that.
Christmas in July.
You know what? If
right?
I'm back around that time of year, I'll do it again. How about that? We can compare.
There we go.
We
We'll have to remember, yeah, July 5th. Well, appreciate Trevor joining us this morning as Heather has an extended holiday weekend. And we have Gib with us as well. Gib, any messages for our friends? Hello, he says. Do you have a Santa Claus impression too? Or an evil laugh? Okay, he doesn't. So obviously a lot going on, Trevor, with outdoor activities. Now we're already past the 4th of July. It just comes and goes so quickly, it seems.
I didn't even feel like the 4th yesterday.
No?
It didn't for me anyway, because it was the first time, I think, in my entire life ever that I just completely skipped out on all fireworks to go to bed early.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't recall if I've ever done that before. Like, there have been times where, I think there was one summer, no, I know for a fact there was one summer when I was in college that I was doing a summer job where I worked 4th of July night.
Okay.
And so I didn't get to go out and see them. But like, I still went outside like briefly to see them. But this is like the first time that I slept, like I actively slept through them. I say I slept through them, but that's not what happened. I got woken up.
You heard them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got woken up at like 9:30 by them.
Yeah, there's a big show at least. Both of us live in the Traverse City area, and I heard them downtown. Very loud.
I can't imagine how loud it was for you. I live up West Bay, like just south of Division, but like in the middle of Traverse City, which is kind of you're around there somewhere. I can only imagine like how much louder it must have been.
It was loud. I saw the video. We ran it this morning during the show, and the fireworks looked beautiful, and I heard them. I didn't see them. I know if you were watching yesterday, you saw my mom, my dad, Benji, the family dog. They're all up north, and I got the report this morning that Benji was shaken.
I would imagine so.
Yeah, and obviously people with different sensitivities to noises and things. It's difficult for sure. This time certainly is. I know there are more fireworks in Traverse City on Saturday, and then things happening. There's a firework and drone show at Seagull Lake. We've been talking about that as well, Trevor. So a lot going on this weekend outside activities is my point. So now the pressure's on you.
Yeah, so the seamless turnover to weather. So it's like, okay, now all the pressure's on you, right? There's so much happening. There better not be rain.
And there's nothing you can do about it,
I don't think there's going to be that much rain. Okay. Now, today's a different story. I know there's still a lot of activities today, even in Traverse City.
Oh, sure.
Like wrapping up the last full day, or like the second to last full day of the Cherry Fest. And there's a lot of activities. And I also didn't know that Gabriel Iglesias was going to be here. That's sick because he's like one of my favorite comedians.
Yeah, he'll be in.
Just random Trevor fun fact, I guess. I'll just throw that out there.
Tonight, yeah.
There's going to be a lot of rain today. Maybe not for everybody. There will be some storms and some rain around. But as for the weekend, I think spotty showers at best. Maybe a few showers at times tomorrow. It depends on where you are. I don't think we'll see a whole lot of rain this weekend. We'll hold off on major rain chances until the beginning of next week. Okay. So hopefully you don't have any big plans next week. But, well, I should say early next week because the second half of next week looks fine, actually. Lots of sunshine.
Nice.
Maybe turning out of our active weather pattern that we've been in for seemingly 5-6 weeks now. It seems like, so much time passes that you don't really it's kind of like remembering what you had for dinner yesterday. It's like, you don't really remember.
Yeah.
But it's like seemingly we've had 2 or 3 big rain chances every week for the last actually 2 months or longer.
It's been keeping you busy,
might
Trevor.
be coming to an end of that. It looks like we won't get a lot of rain chances past the middle of this week. But anyway, let's weather quiz. Let's talk about the weather quiz momentarily, and then I'll get into our forecast for today. It's a little complicated, but I think the general idea is that showers, storms, potentially severe storms, but very unlikely. Weather quiz today. What is the weather term for the leading edge of thunderstorm-cooled air? That's a very key part of this question that is important to make sure you read it correctly. It's thunderstorm cooled air, which means that the thunderstorm is the one that's cooling the air. The edge of thunderstorm cooled air resulting in temperature drops and a sudden wind shift. And the sudden wind shift can be in either direction or magnitude. Direction and magnitude, vector, direction and magnitude. Shout out to Despicable Me. Despicable Me 4 just came out, by the way, I think. Anyway, the answers are microburst, downdraft, and outflow boundary. That, my ADHD is on full display right there. I got way sidetracked. Anyway, answers are on the screen there. Which one is it?
Yeah, don't get it wrong like all of us here at the station did. Our
everybody
Facebook
at the
viewer,
station got it wrong. Surprisingly enough, everybody at the station also guessed the exact same answer, which was...
Yeah.
I was like... And none of them were... I don't think any of them were communicating. Actually, no, you heard Gibbs' answer, so I guess...
No, I never hear Gibbs' answer.
You never heard Gibbs' answer? Okay, well then nobody...
I sometimes hear Sarah's.
Nobody, like, heard each other give their answer, and somehow everybody still picked the same answer. But they were all wrong.
The wrong one,
They were all the wrong answer.
Our Facebook viewer got it right, Trevor.
Our Facebook viewer did get it right, which was awesome. Jenny was the one who answered today, so thank you for that if you are watching. And now it's time for our forecast. Wow, we let you figure out, kind of brainstorm or use Google, whatever.
What? There's what? What can you use?
You could use Google,
It's
the
an
internet,
open book.
to figure out the answer.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. Good to know for future reference.
Although I don't know if he was joking with me or not, but I think Gib said he used the internet. I think he said he jokingly said he used Siri and he got the wrong answer.
He was questioning your answer, saying
He was
Siri
questioning my expertise. He was like, Siri said it was this and this.
Gibbs talking in our ear.
He says the
Siri's not
Siri.
working.
He says the Siri on his iPhone is questionable. Questionable. That's good. I'm
Gibbs
glad to hear that Gibbs says he trusts me more than Siri. I appreciate that.
What a compliment. He doesn't say that about me, but says it about you.
Oh, poor BK.
I'll get over it.
All right, well, we'll start off our forecast. Actually, I want to show the SPC outlook first. Here it is, the day one outlook. Day one is the same thing as saying today. Marginal risk, that's the darker shade of green. And I mean, this time of year in the summer, in spring, we see that, like, everybody knows by now in northern Michigan, especially in northern Michigan, maybe southern Michigan's a different story, but northern Michigan, we hardly ever get anything too severe. And so marginal risk, we get this like all the time. There's nothing crazy about getting a marginal risk in northern Michigan. But the story with it is that there's still the possibility for an isolated, stronger thunderstorm or two, or a severe thunderstorm as we would call it. And again, for people who don't know or don't remember, a severe thunderstorm has to meet one of two requirements. It has to be wind gusts of 58 miles per hour or more, or a quarter-inch hail or larger to be classified as a severe thunderstorm. We might get some light hail, maybe some gusty winds up to 40, but to reach the severe requirement, that's what you have to get to. I do think it's unlikely, but it's not impossible. And all the time, like, especially as of recently, the past couple years, we've seen like these marginal risks that end up dropping tornadoes. So just be aware of that. Stronger thunderstorms are possible today, but the general idea is showers followed by thunderstorms in the afternoon, and maybe a little bit of sunshine too. I think we're working like a half dry slot underneath this cold front that's pushing through the region. It actually crosses initially as like this pseudo warm front, stationary front boundary that's being pushed along by this low pressure system that's gusting through probably Wisconsin by now. The last time I looked at it, it was Minnesota, but it's probably moved past since then. So we'll just take a look now. I'll turn things over. Actually, I'm going to go to radar. I was going to go to Stormcast. I'm going to go to radar instead. There's a look at radar. So much of northern Michigan is getting rain now. So I'll just zoom in on a couple areas. So the main area, most of the northern lower is pretty much entirely on the west side. Maybe some light showers along I-75, but otherwise all this rain is off to the west. And we saw some of this come in this morning. And actually, if you're watching from Ludington, you might have had a couple strikes of lightning. Probably within like the last 15, 20 minutes, you see there on the screen. But some light showers, steadier at times. You can see there in the middle of Lake County. There's some steadier, heavier rain coming down. But the gist of it is that the majority of this is light rain. And I'll pan up to the eastern upper, where it's much of the same. Some areas in Newberry County getting some heavy rain, but otherwise the majority of this is light rain. That's going to continue for the majority of the morning and early afternoon, just some light rain pushing through the region ahead of this boundary. And then once it moves through, it's going to lift some clouds in the northern lower. I'm not going to say it's impossible. I hate using the word impossible in weather because Mother Nature will do its thing and it could bite you in the wrong place by saying something's impossible. But I think it's very unlikely the eastern upper will see any sun today. But the northern lower, I think you have a better chance. So here's Stormcast now. So as I mentioned, the boundary is going to push through. We're still going to get some more scattered showers, some light showers, heavier at times for some people depending on where you are throughout the morning and early afternoon. And then here comes the later afternoon where you see, you look in the northern lower and you see like this drier slot of air where there's not widespread rain and there's actually a little bit less cloud cover. Well, this release of clouds is going to build up a little bit more instability depending on where you are, and that could cause some cumulus, and that's when we're going to get our main thunderstorm chances. So there's still some thunderstorms possible pretty much all times of the night. Even now, as I mentioned in Ludington, you saw the strikes. Like, thunderstorms are possible pretty much any time of the day today, but our better chances are in the later afternoon and evening whenever the sun starts to come out. We'll build up these pop-up thunderstorms, and their intensity can vary. And so if you're going outside today, as I'm sure many people are, it's the day after 4th of July. Cherry Fest is still going on. Lots of fun activities. I, for one, still need to go get, I mentioned this to Brendan already, I still need to go get my fries at the Cherry Festival. I haven't done that yet. And he had mentioned some cherry pie. Cherry pie. With the ice cream. With the ice cream. That sounds delicious. I want that. Well, I'm going to be watching out for some. Just keep your eyes on radar. You can, hey, you know what? This is the perfect segue. It'll kind of self-plant here. You can download the Up North Live weather app. It's got radar on it. And you can look at that and just make sure there's no thunderstorms around. Because, you know, as a meteorologist, I will be completely honest with you here. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Sometimes it's almost impossible to tell exactly where the storms are going to be, especially when we cover such a large area. Just beware the possibility is there, thunderstorms throughout the day in the later afternoon, evening, and they can be severe. So that's what we're looking at for today. Those thunderstorms will go on all throughout the night. We'll drop our chances for rain and storms to isolated rather than scattered in the late night. But as you can see, they're going all throughout the night. This is like, I'm scanning through 1 to like 5 o'clock in the morning. Still lots of, like, there's still rain chances there. And definitely some embedded thunderstorms possibly too. As far as the morning is concerned, we'll start to lose some cloud cover. It'll probably be a little bit humid tomorrow, and there'll still be some spotty showers. But later into the afternoon, we'll dry out mostly, and still some spotty showers. That's the main thing tomorrow. Spotty showers, not a washout by any means. We'll definitely get a lot more rain today than we will tomorrow. But there will be still some shower chances around, and getting more and more sunny throughout the day tomorrow. And then the story is pretty much the same for Sunday. Partly cloudy, not a 0% chance of rain, but pretty unlikely. Like, you'd have to be, like, honestly, if you run into rain on Sunday, it's one of those things where you say you might want to go buy a ticket to Vegas because it doesn't look impossible, but it looks pretty unlikely to run into rain on Sunday. But yeah, that's the immediate forecast. Our next big chance for rain won't be until later Monday and then Tuesday. Tuesday looks to be the best chance for our next widespread rain outside of today. So that is our weather forecast. Yay! Let's go back to wherever I put the weather quiz. I need to do a better job organizing my set here so I can find stuff easier.
Show.
You know what I think it's time for, Brendan? I think it's time to look at some of our comments.
Yeah? You want to take a breath, Trevor?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Been talking since, when did you start your recordings? At 4:10 or something? Yeah. We have Christopher from Farmington Hills. He's watching. It's 72 and fair downstate where he is. We got Paula chiming in from Boyne Falls. It's 53 and starting to sprinkle. Susan Lash Sims is with us again on this Friday. She's in Kalkaska. It's drizzling. It's 65 there. Joel said it's 65 degrees. It's raining right now at the Pleasanton Patriots Pub. Thanks for that, Joel. Paul is watching from Rogers City. We have your dad watching. Mark Roubadeaux from North Texas. Hey,
I
Mark.
I was clued in from my mom that he might be watching. I don't know what my mom is. She said that they were having there was something with the internet at home today. I don't think she has internet right now.
Okay.
But anyway, hi, Dad.
And if Kelly's watching, hi. Morning. I'm scrolling through here quickly. I don't see your mom watching. As of yet, at least. We have Jackie. Good to hear from her. As always,
Hi,
62 in Kalkaska. It's raining. She says, hope everyone had a great 4th of July, and said, hi, Trevor.
Hello.
Joel is guessing outflow boundary for the weather quiz. And Christopher is saying that he's under a level 1 severe weather threat there in Farmington Hills. Paul is guessing outflow boundary, as is Christopher. We have Susie Q with us as well. It's 65 in Frederick. She's hoping everybody had a great 4th. Hers was awesome. She saw fireworks from Mackinac City, and she's saying St. Ignace and Mackinac Island was so amazing. She was on the go yesterday. And I'm going to be meeting up with Jackie, Susie Q. My mom will be there. Jackie's Uber driver / her husband, Jerry, will be there as well. So I haven't seen those ladies, and I haven't seen Jerry in a long time either.
A nice
so.
get-together.
Yeah,
well, I hope
nice to have lunch.
everybody enjoys that.
Yeah.
I will be catching up on sleep probably.
You'll be taking a little snooze. John is with us, and he's in Northern Michigan. Welcome back, John. He's in Boyne City. He spends time in, what is it, Connecticut, Gib? I think, Gib can't remember. I think it's Connecticut, that John. He goes back and forth. Jackie's guessing outflow boundary. My mom's with us as well. She's on Facebook today. She was here yesterday, but she slept in, I think, a little bit.
I've got
today.
potentially some family coming in this weekend, potentially, maybe.
Oh, fun.
Yep. My cousin's in town. I think she's here right now. I actually don't know. I need to reach out.
In Traverse City or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Either that or at my aunt's house in Kalkaska, somewhere
Okay.
here.
Maybe go grab French fries with your cousin?
Maybe.
Yeah.
We can go out later today if she's okay with crowds. I don't know how she feels about that stuff.
Oh, there'll be plenty of crowds.
There'll be plenty of crowds.
Lots of people.
And don't forget the potential for storms.
And that
Take
too.
your umbrella.
Yep. So my mom's saying happy Friday, Facebook friends, and Brendan, Trevor, and Gib. Sounds like her and Benji took a nice walk and they saw a beautiful rainbow. That's
Aw.
nice.
I haven't seen a rainbow in so long outside of like a picture. Need to go out more.
And she said the sky was beautiful. My mom loves fireworks, but she's glad they're over because Benji was shaking. Yeah. And she's looking forward to seeing 2 lovely ladies for lunch. Just a matter of hours. And our friends at Michigan Doodle Rescue Connect said, going back to Trevor's previous comment, they go, LOL, I remember what I had for dinner. I love to cook.
I don't. You know what I do for cooking? It's called the microwave. I just put, there you go, just you handle it. I have absolutely zero cooking
Right
skills.
there with you, Trevor. Nothing wrong with that. Who else do we have here? Susan Lash Sims guessing downdraft. Susie Q guessing that. Frank is with us saying hi to the crew. He is watching from Charlevoix. It's 63 degrees and light drizzle. Christopher comments, also the storm fuel, aka the Cape, is also a key factor for the storms.
That's true.
It's been confirmed, Christopher. Gail is saying it's raining in Kingsley, and she's guessing downdraft. And Christopher said, I did hear Trevor mention the Storm Team weather app, so he beat me to it. Whenever there were storms in the forecast, Trevor, I don't know if you've been with us when he works for a promotions department, I think.
Does he?
Yeah. He's always saying to download the Storm Team weather app. But yes, you said it first, Trevor. And our friend and coworker.
I'll take your thunder.
Yeah.
No pun
I like
intended.
that. Yeah, the thunder part. And our friend and coworker Sarah is saying, "Happy Friday, friends."
Hey.
She's just beginning her weekend, so.
Oh. My
Hopefully-
weekend begins Monday morning.
Yes. Yeah, he has a weird schedule here for the next few days. So you worked like a day shift, yesterday?
Correct.
And then morning
and
show
the day
today.
before that as well. So I worked Tuesday, Wednesday. I had yesterday off so I could prepare for today, which ended up not helping at all because I couldn't get as much sleep as I wanted.
Yeah.
And then I worked my normal weekend schedule. So
Okay.
I'll be on air tomorrow and Sunday.
Oh, so we were off yesterday. Gotcha.
Yep.
All right, we're all caught up on comments and guesses. Trevor, what is the answer? What did Siri say?
All right. So I heard a lot of people guess outflow boundary. That is the correct answer. Everybody in our team all guessed downdraft, which actually isn't too far from the right answer. You're on the right track if you guess downdraft. But the actual thing that I'm describing is an outflow boundary, which I guess I'll just go ahead and briefly explain it. So anytime there's a thunderstorm, thunderstorms obviously drop a lot of rain, and rain cools the air to what we like to call the wet bulb temperature, which is cooler than the surrounding air temperature before it rains. And whenever it rapidly cools air, obviously cooler air, we know from physics that cooler air is less dense than warm air, cooler air is more dense than warm air, and more dense things, they sink, right? So whenever the air gets rapidly cooled, it sinks down rapidly to the ground, and that's what we call the downdraft. Well, that rapidly descending pool of cold air, it hits the ground and then spreads out in all directions. And that spreading around of all directions outside of the storm that's caused by the downdraft is the outflow boundary. So this is like, if you're ever outside near a storm but not in one, right? Like, let's say there's a storm like 10, 20 miles away from you and it's pouring rain. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you get hit with a sudden wind shift, and it feels it feels cooler, and the wind is picked up significantly. That you just got hit by an outflow boundary. Like, that's what that is. That's air rapidly pushing away against the warmer air, lifting the warmer air up above the cooler air because the cooler air is more dense as it's moving away from the storm at a rapid pace. And the outflow boundary is faster and stronger depending on the strength of the downdraft, which is directly correlated to the strength of the storm, aka like how much it rains, like how quickly it's raining. So yeah, just a quick little explanation there. And also, you might read the text on the bottom there. Outflow boundaries can cause new storms, especially if it's colliding with another outflow boundary. It's just a little. I've always thought that was pretty cool. But it's also referred to as a gust front. Sometimes outflow boundaries can speed ahead of a cold front, like in a derecho or something. Gust front, outflow boundary. They're used interchangeably, like they're the same term essentially. But outflow boundary is more used to describe whenever you feel it from isolated, like supercells. We typically call those outflow boundaries rather than gust fronts. Gust fronts are more like ahead of a large cold front, in essence, I guess.
Now you have something
fun stuff.
Fun to tell your
yes,
friends
now you
and family
have weather
this
information.
weekend.
Do with that as you will.
Yeah, I appreciate the explanation.
Gibb says he's not going to show the standings. Show the standings, Gibb. Show them. There it is.
And he didn't alter this either.
There it is. He did not alter it. Nobody had a particularly amazing week.
No.
Brendan 2 for 5. Gibb 1 for 5, and Sarah, producer Sarah, who is probably at home either watching us or sleeping right now, 2 for 5. And our Facebook viewer, 1 and 5. They were 0 and 4 yesterday. They got one today. They got on the board. Jenny gave us the correct answer, and yeah, there you go. That's
Wasn't it last week, Gibb, the Facebook viewers were undefeated, right?
Oh, they went 5 for 5?
Last week.
Whoa!
And
That's
Gibb claims
sick.
that he was 3 for 3. He had a couple days off last week.
That's right. I remember Dan Tinkernell. Did I say his last name right? I'm sorry, Dan.
Tinknell. Yeah.
Tinknell. Okay. Dan and I are desk buddies. His desk is right next to mine. I talk to him almost every day. He's also my fellow drone flyer. He's our drone guy.
Yep.
And I'm his VO a lot of times.
Yep.
We like Dan.
Dan flies a drone. He has his Part 107, and then you are the visual observer.
The visual observer, yeah, that's what VO
yep.
is. Not voiceover, visual observer.
That's right. In the TV biz, there's a VO term as well. Yeah. Different than the TV term. All right, Trevor, we also want to talk about what's going on Monday. We'll have Heather back with us.
Yep.
Still want to talk about it's National Raspberry Day on Monday.
Oh,
So
is
that
it?
means Madison, yes, she's going out to an Antrim County farm. Apparently, it is the perfect time to pick raspberries.
Oh, you know what? That sounds about right. Oh, I can't wait to hear more about that.
Gibbs talking.
Gibb is talking. I did a package on strawberries, and then I also did a package on cherries, Gibb, but I never did one on raspberries.
So Madison's live reports start at 6. We're here at 4:30 to start your work week off, maybe you're on vacation, whatever you're up to, feel free. Tune in whenever. Also, upnorthlive.com. A little note here, Trevor. I hear time to time, oh, I can't watch the TV show because I don't have TV. Well, you know what? Streaming.
We're on streaming services.
Yep.
Just like me. I'm just like you. I don't have TV either. Cable's overrated. I have streaming services. I got YouTube. I got X. I got, yeah. I have a bunch of, I use like Netflix and stuff too. But
yeah, sure.
The ones that you could find us on, YouTube and X and Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, so we have that live stream on our website, upnorthlive.com. Also, the News On app. You can download that for free.
Yep, that's true.
You can watch that live. You can also watch, it goes a couple days back. So if you miss a newscast or you miss a story and you want to see what's going on, it's all right there for you.
Yep.
So you don't need TV. I have an antenna at home. I don't have cable. I have the antenna, so I get network programming for free. And I just rescanned, Trevor.
What did you?
I have, I don't know, 16 channels or something. A lot of them are like sub-channel. Anyway, there are a lot of ways to get us. That's the only point I want to make. So we are past 9 o'clock.
We are.
Gib, any messages for our friends to close out the week? He goes, nah, I'm good. Trevor, thanks for being with us today. Appreciate it.
As always, it is a pleasure.
Any
I'll be
messages?
here anytime I am required.
Anytime. Any
And I'm happy
messages to
do
close
it.
us out here?
I'm more than happy to do it.
I'll give you the last word. Anything you want to say?
Thank you for joining us on our informal Facebook Live at 8:35. And as always, we do this every day, except the weekend days. Heather will be back on Monday. And you can join us early in our 5 or 6 o'clock to get your answer on the standings. So you could participate in answering the question of the day and also my question of the day, or Heather's question of the day, and be a part of the standings to compete with Mr. BK and producer Sarah and also director Gib. This is like the longest outro ever. This is so awkward.
Keep going.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back on Monday. Also, we'll be live tomorrow at the parade. I'll probably be there.
Oh, gosh, thank you. And then I promise I'll let you get the last word. Thank you. Yes, so there's the Cherry Royale Parade from Traverse City tomorrow. How could I forget? So our live coverage starts at 11:15. I'll be with Maya Engel. We're going to be co-hosting this thing. We've done it for, this will be our 3rd year. And so if you want to watch, it's from 11:15 to 1. You don't need to be there. Wherever you're watching this, Facebook, YouTube, X, that's where we'll be. So thank you, Trevor. Now I'll be quiet and you go for it.
Well, I already covered everything. I'm not going to say it again. Have a good day. Don't forget your umbrella. And enjoy the last official day, or the second to last official day of Cherry Fest, and whatever else activities you may go outside and enjoy today. And yeah, we'll catch you next time.